you've got an airline like Ryanair. I guess the biggest in Europe in terms of the number of passengers it flies. Michael sounds super positive. Are you as positive on the outlook as he is?
Yeah, well, sure. In terms of if you look at the industry outlook, the short-term outlook remains challenged because we've got the big market, the UK, which has stopped starting its travel, and that's a big source market for the rest of Europe. There's the risk of a deflation in terms of passenger demand as we exit the summer period and go into the winter period, and perhaps could see another resurgence in cases and perhaps further lockdowns. But that addresses the short term. Nevertheless, if you look at Ryanair over the longer term, their targets now being up to 225 million passengers from 200 million previously by 2026. That is 50% higher than the 149 million passengers that they had in 2019. I don't think that is an unachievable target, despite them cancelling the order with Boeing. Yes, they have a big fleet. Yes, they try and keep their fleet young, so they would have retired some of that fleet earlier. But they are very much able to achieve that growth with the existing fleet and the current order book that they have from Boeing. So not an unachievable target.
Okay, so whose lunch are they going to be eating? Where are they taking share from?
Oh, they'll definitely be taking share from the legacy carriers, the likes of Air France, KLM, Lufthansa, and those carriers on the short-haul flights who've been running those flights unprofitably, as their cost bases just can't cater for point-to-point traveling for Europe leisure travel.
Michael's talking about consolidation. He is expecting that he's going to have stiffer competition. He sees consolidation taking place. I don't see him taking part in that. But where do you see the consolidation coming? You got an EasyJet Airbus fleet, you got a Wizz Airbus fleet. Do those two fit together? He was talking about the idea that maybe you see IAG kind of almost repeating history and taking out EasyJet. Maybe you see Wizz getting together with Lufthansa. Do some of these deals make sense?
Yeah, I mean, there was recent speculation in the media that EasyJet had a takeover offer by Wizz Air. It's unconfirmed. Wizz Air never confirmed that. A type like that makes sense because, I mean, Wizz Air has been quite vocal and they made no secret of their ambitions to pursue growth in Western Europe and specifically Gatwick, where EasyJet has a stronghold of more than 50% of the slots at the airport. So that would have been given them, a fast boost into that market. Secondly, they've got a great overlap with EasyJet in terms of aircraft. They share the A320 model type aircraft, so there's a great commonality there in the fleet. The third thing, which could have been quite challenging, is that EasyJet kind of sits in the middle between the legacy carriers and the ultra low-cost carriers such as Ryanair and Wizz Air, and perhaps a cost model between the Wizz Air and EasyJet would have proved challenging for the merger. Then IAG taking over EasyJet's slots, I mean, they've also been quite vocal as of late in the media where they want to restart their low-cost operations at Gatwick. And they've lost share to EasyJet over time. And they've been entering into supplier and labor negotiations to restart their low-cost airline. And by taking out an EasyJet, that gives them easy access to those slots and those operations there. From a consolidation perspective, those two make the most sense in Europe.